Alright, hear me out. This is the era where the most expensive phone isn't the best phone available. Now, when I say best phone available, I'm thinking more on a grand scale. The definition of available is able to be used or obtained at someone's disposal. Synonyms: accessible, to be had, and obtainable. And for all the folks at home watching, inflation has been a everything around the world has been significantly expensive, which means that most people aren't willing to spend $1,200 on an iPhone 15 Pro Max. Why would you buy a $1,200 iPhone 15 Pro Max when you can just get the iPhone 15 Plus that is only $300 cheaper, but can basically do the same that you would do on the iPhone 15 Pro Max? And that's been a vibe with phones as of lately. Smartphones in general have peaked, which results in slightly cheaper phones damn near being just as good, making them the best phones available in a market where a $1,200 phone doesn't equal the quality that you're getting. Even when it's not compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, as a standalone, the iPhone 15 Plus is as legit as an iPhone can get. You still have that amazing build quality and authentic feel of an iPhone, and you still get that top tier camera that is no different, if not better than any phone that you've used before. And the only gripe that doesn't give the iPhone 15 Plus its fairy tale ending is the fact that it doesn't have a 60Hz refresh rate. As a tech head, I think that this is extremely underwhelming, but when it comes to my mom, cousins, or friends, they don't really care, and many people don't really see it as a deal breaker. And for the people who don't, I think that in terms of quality, price, and availability, the iPhone 15 Plus is a no-brainer. Now, the display on the iPhone 15 Plus speaks for itself. Super Retina XDR with a great-looking 2000 nits peak brightness is definitely something that I would consider quality. The colors were rich, the resolution was top tier, and there was no sign of wear after 6 months of use. Putting it side by side with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you can see that there's not much of a difference. The 15 Pro Max's colors are slightly richer, but I don't think it justifies a $300 price difference. The 15 Plus definitely held its own. Brightness was one of the strong suits of the 15 Plus's display. I turned the brightness all the way up outside to give you guys an idea of how good it looks once the 2000 nits kicks in, and it's still as bright and vibrant as ever. Face ID is still the best in the game. Compared to the Pixel and Galaxy phones, the 15 Plus outdid the two in accuracy and speed. I also think it's time for Apple to develop a fingerprint sensor. It's the way I prefer unlocking my phone, and I don't have to pick up my phone to unlock it. The 60Hz refresh rate is also another thing that's outdated when it comes to the iPhone 15 Plus. I understand that Apple wants to give people a reason to buy the iPhone 15 Pro Max over the iPhone 15 Plus, but I do wish that they could at least put 90 Hz. 60 is extremely outdated, and basically is the only thing that's stopping this phone from overtaking the iPhone 15 Pro Max. But besides the few downsides that the 15 Plus presented, I feel like they didn't completely stop it from giving off that premium Apple feel. The responsiveness was top tier, and the smoothness within animations was able to enhance the 60Hz. And continuing the qualities that give it the premium Apple feel, the design and build were key components that really excel in slimming down that $300 difference between the 15 Plus and 15 Pro Max. And despite having cheaper materials, Apple was able to disguise it well by making both of these phones feel damn near the exact same. The 15 Pro Max is made of titanium, while the 15 is made up of glass and aluminum. But if you put these phones side by side, they both give off a solid look. And when feeling them in person, they both give off this matte look that not only negates fingerprints, but also gives more depth on the color. But looks isn't the only thing that was quality on the 15 Plus. Every single button had a nice click. The charging port is upgraded to USB-C, which results in better compatibility. And it has the new dynamic island feature that truly makes it feel new. This, complemented with the very slim bezels, a rounded frame that makes the phones rest in my palm easier, and the boxy build that increased grip, really made the 15 Plus appealing. Now, durability is also a strong suit for the iPhone 15 Plus. The ceramic shield is really great at not cracking, but the scratch resistance is suspect. The 15 Plus is also 20 grams lighter than the 15 Pro Max. Not too much of a difference, but both of these phones are bigger, so they'll feel pretty heavy until you get used to them. Comparing the 15 Plus and 15 Pro Max even further, minus the telephoto camera, they both have the exact same specs all across the board, and the pictures and videos told the same story. Comparing selfies, there were no differences in color, sharpness, or quality. They both gave me some really good shots. They both look very professional with that signature Apple software, and they both provided great quality. And I could also say the same when it came to regular everyday pictures. Whenever I was outside or in a house, the consistency and quality stayed the same. Objects had the perfect amount of sharpness. The colors look less processed than competitors while still having a earthy tone. And I still think that the iPhone has the best camera software in the game. Videos were and will always be my favorite when it comes to any iPhone camera. The 15 Plus and 15 Pro Max did a great job all around. And the iPhone has gotten so good to the point where the quality resembles a DSLR. Very impressive. And I could also say the same for the stabilization as well, along with the many modes and the ability to enhance anything I want thanks to the really great editor. Battery was also another component that was very comparable to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Both of these phones are huge and very big in terms of battery, but how do they compare in the real world? Well, first and foremost, my battery health on the iPhone 15 Pro Max is 97% and my 15 Plus is at 99%, so the iPhone 15 Plus is holding up a little bit better, and I pretty much use these phones in the exact same way. Heavy gaming when I'm bored, constantly checking on my social media accounts, and random times throughout the day, I'm FaceTiming a friend or texting my group chat. On a casual day, I'm racking up 5 to 7 hours on each, and I'm still left with around 20 to 30%. I'm still able to put in some work if I stay up late, and I mainly charge it overnight, so the 30-watt charger didn't bother me too much. So as you guys can see, unless you need a telephoto camera or you like shooting videos from your phone a lot, the iPhone 15 Plus is an overall better deal than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Even the processor was exactly the same. Right here, you can see me playing a power heavy game of Call of Duty on my 15 Pro Max. It looks really good, runs very smooth, and had no lags whatsoever. But if we look at it on the 15 Plus as well, it also looked just as good, ran just as smooth, and it also had no lags whatsoever. Even less power-hungry games like Asphalt 9 ran really smooth, so it's too early to write off the Bionic A16 chip just yet. And that's pretty much my final thoughts on the iPhone 15 Plus. It's a phone that is a byproduct of many phones that are under $1,000. It has everything that a top-tier phone has with 1 or 2 things missing, and for the average person, it's really all you need in a phone. And let me know, do you guys think that the iPhone 15 Pro Max is truly worth the extra $300? Peace.